I was thinking we could do it different today, because we are always sharing the. I am always sharing the screen, and we don't usually talk so much. But now that more or less we are established as a team, maybe it's better to first start talking, and maybe at the end we update the screen. But why not just see how everyone is doing, and we see. Do you want to record, Zepti?
Yeah, I'm recording actually.
It's already you are already recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to go with intentions and distractions for this call? Who would like to begin? I can begin. Intentions. I would like to see how everybody is doing, and share with you the latest things that the update you with the last changes that we are having with the way the DAO will be launched. So we are all in the same page. And distractions, I think that I don't have any distraction. Everything is fine. In my maybe my screens are. I have many screens open, and maybe I should begin to close them. What about who wants to go next? I'm actually going to pass it to Fabi.
Okay, I can go. Hey everyone. Yeah, the intention for this call is to catch up with all of you, and also to understand a little bit more about the what is coming. Distraction, as you saw, my job is distracting me a little bit, but I'll be fine. So I'm passing to Fiore.
Hi everyone. My intentions for this call is to sync with everybody and know what are you been working on. And distractions, I think that the other Celeste from One Hive, that I've been working on that too. Maybe I can count that as a distraction. And I will pass it to Freedoms 00.
Everybody. Well, this being my first time here, my only intention is to hear everybody's game plan and where everybody is, and hope everybody's well. Yeah, that's about it. I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
And you pass it to?
Your mic is not working, so we couldn't hear.
Did you guys not hear anything?
Well, it's very, very soft. Like, the volume is very low.
I can pass it for you, Zepti. I don't know why your mic is not working. Can you?
Oh, yeah. It should. Oh, it should work now. Sorry.
It just adds to my list of problems for the day. That's great. Did you guys hear anything?
Yeah, we hear you now perfectly.
Okay. Well, I said that my only intentions were to hear everybody where they're all at and what they're doing, and try and do my best to get caught up in this as fast as I can. And I'm really glad to be here, and I'm glad to meet everyone.
Awesome. My intention for the call is like keep seeing like your progress and record that for transparency. And yeah, keep seeing it. That's awesome. No distractions at all. And I'll pass it to Rayne.
Hi guys, just here to catch up with everyone, see how everyone's doing. Also, one of my intentions is to show the vesting visualization project I've been working on. Been making some progress on that. Distractions, I don't really have any right now. I have a light headache, but that's it. I'll pass it to Tonga.
You pass it to me? I didn't understand properly. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this meeting, but I saw you guys here, and I thought it was a good idea to come in. And yeah, we had a meeting 1 hour ago with Paulo, where we discussed a few things about like the graph and Aragon Connect for, well, I think he will explain, but and I had another meeting, but it didn't happen. So if it happens, I might have to go out, but otherwise we'll be here. And distractions is my connection is sometimes working so bad that I'm sorry if it comes in and out. Sometimes the sound, when you come in and out of a group call. So I'm sorry about it, but I hope it doesn't happen. That will be a distraction.
Okay, you are very invited to come. These meets are every Monday at this hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I can add it to the calendar so everyone knows for the future.
And I pass it to Vivi.
Hey guys, my intentions for this call is to understand my next tasks, probably because I kind of finished the last two that we discussed in the last meet. So yeah, that's it for my intentions, and see how's everything like for other people that are working on other projects, and see how our schedule is going, and if we are on track. And distractions, probably my other work as well. But I also think that the year is catching up, and I'm kind of tired. So December is coming, and I'm already wanting this year to end. So this is my distraction for Monday, probably.
And Pablo?
Hi everyone. My intentions this meeting is to inform you about the progress on the Aragon Connect / Subgraph project that Tonga and I are doing, and distractions, I think, none for the moment. So yeah.
Okay, we can begin maybe with the biggest change. I think that we already talked about it in the last call, in the last Thursday call, but basically it's better to talk about it again, and because it affects mainly the roadmap and which are going to be the things that we are going to do. We are going to split the launch in two. So we are going to begin with a very minimalistic DAO in which people have tokens and can vote. And when we are ready for the second part, we are going to add we are going to migrate the tokens and the funds that are in this DAO into a new DAO that includes conviction voting and the bonding curve. So the idea is to have that minimalistic DAO as soon as possible, so we don't block the progress of the other working groups. We can launch the hatch as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we are working with the other things, and it also is very good for us because we can focus. Because if not, what we had before is that we were launching many things at the same time that they were not as tested as they should be. So now, instead of launching the market maker, the conviction voting with a new interface, with everything different, and also a pre-sale with a lot of different features, we are just launching the pre-sale or the hatch. So we can focus on that. And when it's launched, then we can focus on the rest. So we are going, I know that it's not so much time, but we are quite good to demo this minimal DAO this Thursday. That's the idea today, to be able to demo it on this Thursday. And we already have done the work in order to do that. Vivi has been working on the min and max, and it's under review. I have to review it very well, and I didn't say you nothing Vivi yet because it depends on other stuff related with how the bonding curve is going to be later, and I am trying to understand all the process. So it's still something that we can consider done, but I don't want to merge it until I understand it properly. We also have the Hatch Oracle, but it's not yet included in the template. This is something that we have to do now before Thursday. And there is also the impact hours that are minted, that this work is not still done. The idea is to mint the impact hours at the end when we know how much money we have raised with the hatch. We still have to do some. It's a little bit tricky because we may need to have too many transactions at the end, because in just one it's not possible because it does a lot of things. I mean, there are too much impact hour holders, and we cannot process all of them with just one transaction, and this is what makes this particular thing a little bit more difficult. And I still don't know how to do that. But the idea is that all of these three things should be ready for Thursday to test with the community. Plus, tomorrow we are going to have a meeting with the communication group in order to communicate better the hatch, because if you remember, right now we have the plain pre-sale application that it just shows how much. Well, before of that, there is any comment until here. The changes that we are doing in the contract. I feel like I always talk, and I would like to give some space.
I think I'm good until now.
Okay. The thing that Fiore and me are going to do tomorrow is to talk with the people at the communications group, because that will be nice to have a very good interface for the hatch. And that is something that is more similar to a fundraising campaign. For example, I don't know if you have seen things like Kickstarter, Berkami, and these kind of things, that the most important thing is the video at the beginning, and at the lateral you have donate. But the idea of what is being done, for example, a video and a text, are very important. and we have been reviewing that with Fiore today, and tomorrow we will ask the communications group if that's interesting to have a video there. And we will, of course, it's not going to be done for this Thursday, but during the next week, we can improve the front end for the hatch. Also, Fabi is going to take on with the components of the TC UI. So it's obviously we are not going to have for Thursday either, but this will directly impact the UI of this new frontend, and also the front end of the tech interface. What now is gov.tcommons.org. So he's going to be working that directly with Marco, which is very good because it's something that is a task that is quite isolated. It's like you don't have to. It's very good for take it and go away and I don't know how to say that in English, but it's very good for. It was a task that it was. It needed somebody to take, and Fabi took it. So very nice, Fabi. And yeah, the thing is that we are going to have a new repo for this new frontend. I have been working on this, and we'll publish it soon in GitHub. It will be under Tcommons/Tech Hatch, and it will need some help because it takes the frontend from the Aragon application for the presale, and we need to convert it into Aragon Connect. It is using Aragon API, and we need to use Aragon Connect. I know that Paulo and Tonga are also working on the subgraph, so we can get the subgraph from actually. Oh, Tonga went. It's a pity. Paulo is going to work in the Hatch subgraph, and Tonga. Hello, Tonga. Paulo is going to work in the Hatch subgraph, and Tonga is going to work on the Market Maker subgraph. The important thing that we need for this Thursday is the Hatch, and this is why we are able to delay the release of the Market Maker subgraph for 2 weeks or so, and Tonga will have enough time to complete it based on what Paulo does with the presale. And I'm not sure, Paulo, how do you see it in order to have it soon?
Yes, I think I can have it before Thursday. I think I can have an initial version for tomorrow evening.
We will need the subgraph, but also, I mean, it's not just the subgraph, and I think that it's going to take a lot of time, and this is what worries me a little bit, because we need the subgraph in order to actually have the GraphQL API out there, but we also need to adapt the frontend in order to read that GraphQL API. And I never did that, so I don't know if
I mean, we have to create a new front end for the Hatch.
Yeah. what we have is the front end from the Aragon application, which is using Aragon API.
Yes.
So, for example, we have API.external, API. It's using the Aragon API.
Yeah, I know. But so, I mean, we can reuse that front end, but the ideal would be to create a new front end specifically for the hatch using the Aragon Connect. But because because we're such a short on time, maybe we have to reuse the current front end.
Fjord is working on a better front end. A better design. But for the moment, what we can do is to iterate over what we have. So it's getting the old front end and just changing the calls in order to, instead of call using Aragon API, using Aragon Connect. That's the idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably gonna need some help doing that because I don't know how much time it's going to take.
Time. No worries. I will be working on that too. We will have it tight, but I think that we can work on that, you and me together.
Okay.
And I think that these are the things that we are going to be working until Thursday. But the people who already have their projects, such as Rayne, please continue with them. And maybe you already has finished the task that you had, but we can find new tasks for you too.
Okay.
For example, there are already some open issues in the repo. I actually thought that you already had the task I told about the what was it about? The connector weight.
Yeah, that was the task that I asked you to assign it to me. Because I already finished the converter, like the steps UI. So I was looking through the issues and I found that one that you mentioned in the last call.
Okay.
So I figured I could take it.
Okay. I sent you some messages and explanations on how to deal with it. But I'm not sure if you say that you finished it or you are going to work on this task or.
No, this task I didn't finish. I finished the UI. No, the UI I didn't finish also. I need to style the button to be green and do that loader, but it's like very minimal stuff. I can finish today. And that other issue, I don't know if it will take a lot of time, but I also didn't think so. Like I think it won't be a very big task. I'll probably end it by Thursday or the weekend.
Okay. Actually the converter, it's not a priority thing, but it's an important thing. So, and it has many quirks that are documented in the issues that I think that it's you could enjoy fixing them because they are small things that makes you understand very well how the connection between the blockchain and the front end work.
Great. I took a look through them and I also think that would be good. But if there's something else that I can help that will maybe help with this week work, I could also do that. So
Okay. From the urgent things, we are already dealing with the subgraph and the new frontend. The new frontend, maybe at some point we want to improve it, but right now it's not working. So it will begin to work on Thursday, and during it will be something similar to the converter, that it was not working until we did the demo and we published a lot of issues on, oh, that's not working, oh, that's working very bad, and these kind of things. So we will have also this list of things that doesn't work and how to improve them. I guess the following week. What else? And for this week, it will be really nice to have. I went to the legal working group on Friday, and it's really interesting because the people in the legal working group, they are pros on laws, and Zepti was already there too, and I was like, wow.
Excuse me, Sam, are the meetings recorded for the? Oh, okay.
Yes, and they are this last one. I don't know if it's in the.
I can send you a link probably if you want to see it, because it's on it's on Hive. I will send it to you like after the call.
Awesome, thank you.
And it will be really nice to have a detailed explanation on what the pre-sale is, well, the hatch is doing, and what Dandelion voting is doing, because we are going to need that for them. I already talked with Santi to work on that. Santi is managing the legal working group, and also he understands code and actually codes. So I think that he is the best person to do that. But if some of you want to join in that effort, that will be nice. It's understanding the Solidity code and Bright in English. That's the job. But if not, it's already being taken. We are already being taking care of it.
But what is discussed in this group? Like,
it's super interesting. It's very interesting. That's what I was talking about. The idea is that we in this group, what we are discussing is how do things in a legal way, basically, because there are some regulations and we don't want to break them. So the idea is that, for example, in Europe there is a crowdfunding law, and we have to complain with some of the things. For example, not ask for more than 1 million euros. We are not going to ask for more than $1 million, so it's okay. And these kind of things. That's really interesting. Maybe you want to come someday or watch the videos. I don't know if there was something else that was relevant. For example, how the token is distributed is very important. You have to provide the utility of the token as soon as possible. I mean, in the moment you are giving it, which we are doing, or we have to assure that we are doing. We are giving the power to vote when we are minting the token, so it's fine. And there was something else I don't remember now. maybe also related with the transferability of the tokens.
They were also talking about like the utility of the token. Like I remember Marina was saying something like the ecos have, for example, they were selling like maybe you remember now because I don't know the English word, but do you remember that thing about the ecos?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, that the utility of the token must be from the beginning when it's minted. But there are other things that are really interesting, and the people there are like, wow, they are so into these things. And yeah, in order, it's going to be very important to have a direct communication with them, because they have to know exactly what the code does, and we have to know exactly what we can do and not. So I am going to be all the days in the working group, in the legal working group, and if some of you want to join, that it's not mandatory, of course. If you feel so, come and talk with us. And yeah, for this Friday, I would like to have at least a draft so we can discuss it in the call. And that's all for this week. And in the next week, because we are going to launch a hatch during this week, a test hatch, requesting a minimum of 100 DAI and a maximum of 300 DAI in order to test it. The launch is going to last for 7 days. So at the beginning of the next Thursday, we will have tokens for, hopefully, we will have the 300 or 100 DAIs in the pool, and test tokens for everyone in a new DAO. And the idea is to test the migration of this DAO to a DAO that has conviction voting and bonding curve. So we are going to test the migration in the next demo, and we still have to do the changes to the contracts in order to be able to do this migration. But these are next week. And what else? Well, there are many things that are going on. Probably the best thing is going to be applied in the second DAO, not in the first one, because the first one doesn't have so much sense if you are not going to be able to sell your tokens. It's better to put it on the second DAO, on the other token manager. And I don't know what else to say. If you have some questions or something, also suggestions, please.
I was checking on the legal notes, and Anya was saying something also about the multisig when we do the hatch. Like how we handle that.
That's a very interesting one. We need to document where we have multisigs. Actually, we don't have multisigs, but we may want a multisig in order to pause conviction voting in case that there is a hack or something. If we don't, they were concerned on the centralized parts of the DAO, and that's a good concern. And the thing is that sometimes it's interesting to have some control of some parts, because if there is a hack, we at least can stop the funds going outside before we pass a vote that fixes the hack. That's something that we could check out. To explain in that document that we are going to write where are the multisigs and what they can do. And if that's not possible, because it gives us problems because we make things that are not centralized, are not decentralized, then what we can do is just avoid the multisigs and cross fingers so nobody hacks us. I don't know. We have to see how we can deal with multisigs. And UBB wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Zenhub. If we are like using, if you are the one that's updating the issue, if we should update our issues and progress.
Hello, Olivia. Oh, you have some problems with the micro. Okay, it's 20 minutes, so we can check out the Zenhub. We have been working on with Tamara the other day. We spent like 3 hours working on Zenhub. It was like, well, first in trying to understand what is going on with the tech, and then writing the Zenhub things. We have already been reviewing the first part of what we are going to do during this week and the next. But mainly what we discussed is that there are four main epics that we need to deal with before we launch. The first one is the one that finishes this week. That is to have an improved hatch. Sorry. And includes these three things: min, max, impact hours, and a hatch oracle that prevents non-holders of CSTK to contribute. That should be done this week and presented in a demo on Thursday. The other epic is about the front end, and we will have a minimal front end for the hatch also this week, which includes the external front end and the subgraph connected. So we will have just a presale. But this project continues with more features, and also the components from that Marco and Fabi are going to work on. So we will have a very good experience for the hatchers. That's the second epic. The third epic is to finish the smart contracts, and the fourth epic is to review them. So we are quite. It's not so much, but it was important to have the ideas ordered and also put dates on them. We cannot review the smart contracts before we don't finish them. So it's priority to finish them too. And then we can set up a date in which we say, okay, now they can be reviewed. But it's also to work with legal in order to know which is the best design for everything before we froze them. So for now, we cannot set up a date in order to begin the reviews because we still want to review with legal. And yeah, the good thing is that we can focus right now on the next 2 weeks. So in the next 2 weeks, we are going to have the initial DAO prototype working. And also, of course, if you are doing other projects that are around these things that we are focusing on, that's great because that is advancing work that we need to advance. But mainly what I think Paulo, Fiore, and me are going to work on that, on this specific thing, on having it done for Thursday, and the other parts will be able to be included in these things that we are doing. So if, for example, the other part that I have already been talking with you can be added later, so don't feel pressured in order to finish it in these 2 weeks. It will be nice, but no worries. You have time. You know, Paulo. You have my back.
Okay, if you say so.
You have my back. I need you to finish the subgraph, please.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
And I don't know what else. We also have the well, I shared with you the Zenhub. I don't know if you want to check it out now, but it's what I said. They are just for epics, and it's important to have them there in order to communicate with the rest of the working groups. And we still have the GitHub project with a lot of issues there that we have to take care of them, but they are not as priority. Well, some of them are priority, but the priority is finishing the Hatch DAO for Thursday and migrate it next Thursday. That's the main thing that we are going to do during the following 2 weeks, plus all the things that we can join to this to the code base. Would you like to also, Rayne wanted to share the progress he had in the vesting, and if you guys want to add something, suggest or share the work that you have been doing, we still have like 15 minutes or so we have plenty of time for that. And Livia, you didn't say nothing. I don't know if you still have problems with the micro. Oh, we don't listen to you.
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to say or show the work or something? Maybe you can begin, Rayne.
Sure. Yeah, I can show what I've done so far. I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so what I've been working on is figuring out a way to aggregate all the vestings per address. So in this case, right now, there are no lock tokens because there are no vestings. So I'll quickly add the trick to make it work.
Yeah, it's a trick that, oh my God.
I have to do it like that, actually. I always wonder. What is the reason for having to use that?
Well, the reason is that as it is done, the Aragon builder, it closes all the permissions in the first hooks, and then opens all the permissions at the end. So it's like you cannot do anything inside the hooks related with permissions, but then you have it opens all the permissions, so you cannot set up particular permissions. It's I think that it should be changed.
Yeah. Okay, so right now we have 2 locked tokens, 1 for each address. The thing is though that both have the same starting date. If I go to like details, for example, I don't know why it's not working right now. It should be. I didn't touch anything related to that. Okay, whatever. What it gets right now is base, like the holdings. Total is 2. So after I split the starting period and the end period in 60 time frame. So we go to the end here, the end of the vesting period. However, now they're both the same, so the graph will be linear because the cliff for both is here. If I would manually change that right now to show how it would look, for example, for this address, I would change the starting date to 2021 and the vesting end period to 2023. It's 450 days, including the 90-day cliff. With holding of 2 tokens instead of 1, it's in big numbers. So see the graph would look different. Yeah. So here the first user, this address is Cliff. It's activated. So this whole trajectory is for address 1 because address 2 didn't start yet because it's way later, which is here. User 1 reaches their vesting here, so then it immediately goes to 0 again.
Okay, so it should not go to 0, I think.
Okay.
Because but we can discuss it in another call. That's super cool. I like it. I like it very much.
Okay.
Probably we also want to have the cliff very clear that it's it's vertical.
Okay.
So we will have to work on that.
Yeah.
But it's very good.
Yeah. So yeah, here then the second cliff is supposed to be vertical. We had whites like this, but I'll have to look into it. And then user 2 would reach their vesting, which is 2. And what I do is I scale it. So because the max vesting is 2, and Aragon UI line chart can always be 0 and 1, I would have to divide everything by 2 so that I can show it on the graph. So if the end here is 2, then the end here is 1 because user 1 has 1 lock token, which is exactly the half of this height, this graph. I'm not sure if I explained it.
Yeah, we can see that particular thing in another call.
Yeah,
but it looks very good. It will need some changes, but I think that this is what we wanted. With the dates at the bottom, but that looks very good.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to add dates because it's quite small, but I'll look into it. But that was pretty much what I,
Very nice.
Thanks.
Okay. Do you? We have 7 minutes more. Maybe if you don't want to say anything else, we can close it here. But I would like to hear. Or if somebody else wants to say something, or
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 things. One thing is, you said you are going to check the contracts for security reasons. I was wondering how, like, do you pay someone specialized in security, or you think you need more time and you can do it?
No. The idea about reviews and audits is that the best thing is have somebody else totally external to review it, and hopefully we will have a professional auditor that will review them. But I don't know which are the.
I've seen other projects that have like a bug bounty for errors.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to say is that for anyone interested in learning the graph and Aragon Connect, when we were learning with Paulo, he gave at least to me the best explanation I've had about it, and I will be sending to Septimus the timestamps, and even though the video is not that clear because the font is very small, it's still readable with some effort, and it's really good for anyone that wants to learn that. It will be up soon.
Thank you so much. The Aragon Connect, sometimes it's like quite obscure, and well, this is the video that I was in the call, or it was today?
Yeah, no, the video you were for most of the time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was super good explanation, Paulo.
I hope everyone understands it at least a bit. But yeah, because the Aragon Connect documentation can be sometimes a bit tricky, and maybe you can think that in some parts is incomplete. I think the video is a good start for anyone who wants to learn about the graph and how to integrate it into Aragon apps. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm also making a HackMD, like taking notes. If anyone is interested when watching the video, you can ask me, or I will see where I can share it also.
Maybe we can add it in the. We don't have actual notes. Maybe Zepti can add can use that in the description to have the keyframes, but I'm not sure. If it's short, it's okay. If it's long, maybe I'm not sure. But it's nice to have it. Probably send them to Septimus. I don't know. He says yes.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll check it. And if I can summarize it, yeah, and if it's long and if it's interesting, I think it should be there.
Thank you, Tonga.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Yes. Okay. I just came to see what's going on here. Always interesting, and also to say that I shared a post in the Tech Spec group, and if you guys can take a look at it, it's about boundaries and rules. And Sam raised some really good points of this intersection of the tech and soft gov. And I think it's an important one for us to understand together what are the boundaries that we want for the TEC and how can we propose them to the community. What are the pros and cons that we see? What are the things that need more explanation? And I think you all have a lot of knowledge in that sense there. So it would be really great to have a feedback. Thank you.
That's great. That's great.
Lydia, where we can find the article again?
I posted a link in the Tech Spec group channel here. The one Hive.
Oh.
It's in the top of the forum, right? I mean, the most updated post in the forum.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, the forum is really interesting. With the actually, many calls that I'd like to go because it's like wow. But hopefully, I'm coming to the next book club. So see you there.
Nice. Tomorrow. Cool. See you there.
And I encourage you to go to the rest of the meeting the meetings because, well, they are super cool.
Yeah, it's just too much. We can't catch it all. So it's good that we can fractalize and meet in some points.
Okay, we are on the top of the hour. If you want to say something else to finish, but last words. No?
Just thank you for everyone being here, I guess, and yeah, that's it, I guess.
Okay. See you guys in the chat this week, and we have the demo on Thursday.
Cool.
Cool. Nice work, Ryan.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you.